Okay, in this video we're going to talk about the round function. And the round function is not particularly useful by itself. It's used in connection with other mathematical operations where you've come up with some numbers and you have many decimal places and you want to limit it to a specific number of decimals. Or you can go in the other direction, and if you have a number in the millions or more and you want to round that down to the nearest thousands or hundreds, for example. And you can also specifically round up or round down, and there are functions for those that we'll explore as well. So here we've started with the basic mathematical representation for pi, and as you may know, if you add more numbers after the decimal place, pi just keeps going indefinitely. But for most purposes you just use the basic 3.14. Now if you want to use this number as it stands in your mathematical operation, if you do your math with all of the decimal places, you'll come up with a slightly different number than if you just use 3.14. So that's what round is for. We start by typing equals, and so you have round, round down, and round up. Round down will round your number down to 0. Round up will round your number up. So let's look at round first. So for mathematical operations that use pi, usually you want 3.14, and that's pretty much it. So we'll select it by hitting Tab on the keyboard. The number I want to round is selected right here in cell A1. Then I hit the comma. Now it's asking for the number of digits. Shift 0 to close the parentheses and enter, and we get 3.14. And the rest are all zeros. So if we want to get rid of all those zeros, we can just get rid of those since they're not useful. And we rounded that down to 2 digits. Now let's try showing another number. I'll just type in a bunch of digits here. And we'll show all of those, put the comma in, get rid of the zeros. Let's say we want to round this big number to the nearest million. We hit equals, round. Oops, mistyped it. Backspace. There we go. Hit Tab. That's the number I want to round. So if we wanted to do like we did above and show 2 places after the decimal, we'd hit a positive 2. But in this case we want to show places before the decimal, so we hit, let's do a negative 7. And we'll round it to the nearest 10 millions. And we close that parentheses, hit enter, and there it is, rounded to the nearest 10 millions. Let's go back into that by hitting F2. We're going to move the cursor to delete that and put 6, and now it's rounded to the nearest million. So let's create another number and I'll show you how to do round up and round down. Okay, so here's a number, and let's start with round up. And it asks how many digits we want to round up, and let's go ahead and put in -3, and we'll do the thousands, and there it is. And we could do the same thing with round down, equals, round down. We pick that number, hit a comma, -3, and it rounds it down to the nearest thousands. So that's how you use the round up, and the round down functions.